The NBA right now is this incredible mix of absolutely inspiring moments and, on the flip side, some really tough controversies that kind of shake the whole foundation of the league. Today, we're going to look at both sides of that coin, the amazing highs and the pretty concerning lows.
So here's what we're diving into. We'll start with the good stuff, the highs, celebrating an absolute legend who is defying father time, and then a rookie's comeback story that is just, wow. Then we're going to shift gears to the lows, the whole mess around strategic losing or tanking, and the passion that seems to be disappearing from what should be the league's biggest party.
All right, first up, a story that honestly just keeps getting more and more unbelievable. We have to talk about the one and only LeBron James, who is just completely refusing to act his age.
To really put this into perspective, the man is 39 years old. I mean, this is a league where most guys are long gone, retired by their mid-30s. LeBron isn't just sticking around, he's still dominating.
And he just went and made history. Again, LeBron recently became the oldest player ever to record a triple-double, which, is that mark of all-around greatness. And he took that record from Karl Malone, who set the old one way back in 2003 when he was 40.
And this wasn't some case of him just barely getting there to break the record. I mean, look at these numbers from that game against the Mavs. 28 points, 12 assists, and 10 rebounds. That is a vintage dominant performance.
And maybe this right here is the secret sauce. After the game, he wasn't talking about his legacy or breaking records. He just sounded so full of joy. It's such a simple and honestly a really beautiful way to look at it that reminds you why we all fell in love with sports in the first place. Okay, so from a story of a legend who just won't quit, we're gonna switch gears to a story of just profound resilience. This is about rookie Nikola, and his journey to an NBA court has been nothing short of extraordinary. I mean, just look at what this young man has been through. He gets drafted, that's the dream, right? But then he misses his entire first season with a knee injury. Then, just as he's finally getting ready for this season, he gets a cancer diagnosis. The physical and mental hurdles there are just immense. So you can just imagine when he finally stepped onto that court for the Oklahoma City Thunder and scored his very first NBA points, the home crowd just erupted. They gave him a standing ovation. You could feel it. It was one of those moments that was so much bigger than basketball. Yeah, an ESPN analyst really hit the nail on the head. It's just a testament to his toughness, his spirit, and the people around him. A true triumph and a story we're so glad we get to share. All right, so we've had these incredible highs. Now we've got to pivot to a pretty difficult and frankly a troubling low point for the league right now. We're talking about the strategy of tanking. So for anyone who doesn't know, tanking is basically when teams intentionally try to lose games. The logic is, well, the worse your record is, the better your chances of getting a top draft pick who could completely change your franchise's future. The problem is, it goes against the entire idea of competition. And believe me, the league is trying to crack down on it. Just recently, the Utah Jazz got hit with a massive $500,000 fine. The Pacers got fined $100,000. And why? Because both teams were resting perfectly healthy star players in what really looked like obvious attempts to lose. In response, the commissioner, Adam Silver, did not mince words. He put out this really strong statement, making it crystal clear that the league sees this behavior as a direct threat to the integrity of the game. But here's the thing. A lot of analysts will tell you this isn't about a few bad teams, it's about a broken system. When the incentive to lose is so strong, fines are just seen as the cost of doing business. The consensus is that without some fundamental changes to the draft lottery, teams are simply going to keep playing the game by the rules the league has created for them. And that brings us to our final topic, another crisis of integrity, this time with what's supposed to be the NBA's biggest showcase, the All-Star Game. An event that once felt so special now feels, well, it feels broken. And the frustration is even coming from inside the house, from the players themselves. Here's superstar Kevin Durant, and he's basically calling out some of his fellow All-Stars for their lack of effort. It's a pretty startling look behind the curtain. And this really gets to the heart of the problem. People are calling it a declining care factor. The whole conversation among players seems to have gone from let's go compete to who cares the least. And when the care factor hits zero, the very soul of the event is just gone. So why is this happening? Well, one major theory is all about the money. Think about this. In the decade from 2016 to 2026, the maximum player salary is projected to have grown by a wild 240%. When players have that much guaranteed money, the traditional incentives and the prestige of an all-star game, they just don't hit the same way.
The other huge factor a lot of people point to is leadership. Kobe Bryant was famous for being intensely competitive, and he held his peers to that same standard, especially during all-star games. Since he retired, that fiery, competitive anchor has just been missing.
Which leaves us with this huge question. With players earning more than ever, and the absence of a competitive leader like Kobe, the path back to a meaningful all-star game is, well, it's pretty unclear. The league's throwing around ideas, from huge cash prizes to new formats, but it's a real challenge it has to solve. So, what do you think? Can the glory of the all-star game really be restored?